Everyone, and welcome into the 61st Annual Bicounty Tournament here at Lakeville, Indiana, inside Dale E. Cox Gymnasium, where tonight we have the John Glenn Falcons taking on the Oregon Davis Bobcats. It's the first of two games tonight. Tip-off for tonight's game is set to start at 6:30. We are just about 7.5 minutes away, and we had two good and entertaining games on Tuesday night, and we just hope that we have the same tonight on a very cold Thursday night where most schools have already called off school for tomorrow. I know LaVille, the Lancers, they don't have school tomorrow, so everyone or every student that goes to LaVille and goes to LaVille schools tomorrow, I know they're happy that they don't have school. Me, who goes to Penn, we just announced that we don't have school tomorrow either, so I'm also happy about that. So whoever wins tonight has some time to stay up a little bit later tonight, celebrate a little bit more tonight. I bring my broadcast partner, Braxton Stone. Braxton, tonight, you got two good teams, two high-intensity teams. John Glenn on one side, Oregon Davis on the other side. We had two great games on Tuesday night. What are you expecting tonight out of these both games?
I'm expecting, I wouldn't say competitiveness, I'm expecting tenacity.
Yeah.
I mean, what? We talked at length on Tuesday night how we wanted to be at that COVID-1 game.
Yeah.
What, it was a low-scoring 24-16?
Yeah,
score,
I think the final score was that, yeah.
Yeah, John Glenn is heavy favorites in the tournament, but don't take against Oregon Davis, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what the most conducive atmosphere for upsets in any sport is?
What is?
Elimination basketball. What are we playing tonight?
Yep.
Elimination basketball.
Yep.
You know, they talk about March Madness, I mean, but anything can happen in a tournament, and Everwise is no stranger to that. So I'm expecting a competitive game, and I don't want to count anyone out so far.
And like you said, Oregon Davis, they're coming in with a bunch of tenacity, and we were talking at dinner before the game in that both of these fan bases, John Glenn and Oregon Davis, they travel really well. John Glenn travels well in their own right, but so does Oregon Davis. And Oregon Davis, they enter in with a record at 8-11 on the year. They had a few really good wins throughout the year, Trinity Greenlawn and Knox, and then just the win they had on Thursday night over Argus that they played. So obviously they got a lot of momentum coming into this game, but really the big storyline into this game is their coach, Aubrey Lady. She is a graduate of Oregon Davis. She won the Bicounty tournament 3 times as a player at Oregon Davis, and then she went to go play Division I basketball at Murray State. She knows the community really well at Oregon Davis. She knows how important it is to win at Oregon Davis. She's just 40 and 65 in her 5th year at Oregon Davis, but when it comes to Bicounty, she knows how to win in Bicounty as a player. She's still looking for that first win as a coach in Bicounty, but
She got that last time? Tuesday night.
yes, but a championship. Championship. She's looking for that first championship win as a coach here at Oregon Davis. She knows how to get it done as a player. Now she needs to get it done as a coach. Over on the other side for John Glenn, head coach, is Ryan Reese. He's done a phenomenal job so far this year. He's 45-24 in his 3rd year at John Glenn. He's 16-4 so far this year. And last year, they were in the championship last year. They had a close call last year, losing to Bremen in the championship 42-29. But when you lose a championship game that close last year in Bicounty, you feel like there's a little chip on the shoulder for John Glenn. They're trying to get over that hump of trying to win the Bicounty championship. And to be honest with you, I think the team, the best team left in Bicounty this year, it's got to be John Glenn, because they have players all over their roster that really impress you. Mia Herford's one of them. She's averaging 12.9 points a game. She's shooting 53% from the field. And she's getting 5.2 rebounds per game and also has 2.5 steals per game. When you have a player who's averaging 2.5 steals per game, how important is that to John Glenn's defense tonight?
I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, you look at the roster, exclusively upperclassmen. This is a team that, of course, is tripping their shoulder with coming up just short last year, being arguably the favorites going into this in the women's bracket. But, I mean, it's important to not overlook Oregon Davis. I mean, we've seen upsets happen where, like, you're looking too far ahead, and John Glenn needs to be focused on the game they're playing right now. But when it goes back on defense, you set that player up on the perimeter and just play man-to-man perimeter defense, hoping for the steals, and you get those fast break situations, get you the points there.
This is relatively a younger team that John Glenn brings to the tournament this year. Only got 2 seniors on this team. The rest are juniors, so you got no underclassmen on this team this year. So you're going to see a lot of juniors in the lineup tonight. You're going to see a good amount of seniors also get a lot of playing time tonight.
I mean, but that's the only school that has exclusive upperclassmen on the roster.
Exactly. Like you said, Oregon Davis coming into this game got 4 sophomores on the team, 2 seniors, and 1 freshman. There's no juniors on this Oregon Davis team. So this Oregon Davis team, they bring in a lot of, I guess you can say, grade level difference experience. You have the experience of Gabrielle Cross. You also have the experience of Sarah Thompson. But then you also have the underclassmen experience in sophomores like Olivia Edwards and Trinity Vasari, and then also Madison Zayla is also some of those other girls that you're going to see in sophomores. You're going to get a lot of playing time tonight. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Oregon Davis is able to respond to the experience that John Glenn brings. And John Glenn, like we said before, is a phenomenal team. You know, they're 16-4 for a reason. They're coached really, really well. So if Oregon Davis wants to have a shot in this game, if the Lady Cats want to have a shot in this game, you're going to have to see a lot of intensity. You're going to want to see the defense get after it. You want to see forced turnovers. In your opinion, what does Oregon Davis have to do tonight to pull off an upset win and advance in the tournament?
I mean, we see all the time scrappy underdogs getting those upsets. And that's kind of Oregon Davis in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
Smallest school in the tournament by far. 130 students enrolled. But you say they travel well. This school that, you know, is tight-knit, is all about community, and athletics just means more to schools like this. And so they're representing those 130 students, and you play the game, you play intense, you don't let John Glenn breathe, you don't let John Glenn do what they did to get 16-4 in a game like this.
Yeah.
You have a shot.
John Glenn, in the last game they played, it was against Culver, and of course, Culver and John Glenn was the top game of the tournament for the girls' side in the first round, of course. That final score ended up being 26-13, I believe. John Glenn only putting up 26 points, and obviously that's because Culver has a great defensive scheme. Culver brought back 2 of their best freshmen from last year, so obviously that had a lot to do with it. But it's almost kind of like it gives Oregon Davis, it gives them a shot in this game. They feel like, Oregon Davis feels like if they can limit John Glenn to only 26, 27 points like they did last game, like they did against Argus, Oregon Davis feels like they have a good shot in this game to win. The problem is in this game for Oregon Davis is the experience that John Glenn brings to this game. So a very interesting game coming up. Two very different teams. We're going to get the national anthem here. After the national anthem, we'll get you the starting lineups for tonight's game. You're listening to LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation.
Features the John Glenn Falcons and the Oregon Davis Bobcats. Before we meet tonight's starting lineups, we ask everyone to please rise if you are able. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we honor America and those that defend our country each day with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back, everyone, into the 61st annual Bicounty tournament here between the John Glenn Falcons and the Oregon Davis Bobcats. Hope everyone's staying warm out there. But I know inside this gym tonight, it's a pretty warm night tonight. We're doing the John Glenn tournament right now, so let's get right into their number 2. She's 5'6", the junior May Park. Number 3, 5'6", the junior Kenzie Vermeiler. Number 11, 5'4", the junior Roy Winchell. Number 15, 5'10", the junior Kaylee Reese. Number 30, 5'10", the senior Ariana Stanley. And then for Oregon Davis, number 21, 5'5", the sophomore Trinity Vassari. Number 23, 5'6", the senior Gabrielle Cross. Number 25, 5 foot, the sophomore Madison Zayla. Number 43, 5'8", the senior Sarah Thompson. Number 45, 5'6", the sophomore Erin McMillan is your starting lineups tonight for the John Glenn Falcons and the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. Currently doing those starting lineups for Oregon Davis. You can see right there, getting those players ready for a tip-off. Just got the national anthem through. We're looking forward to a great game tonight. The Lancer Booster Club supports student athletes in all sports all year round and is proud to support LVH1 Broadcasting. Go Lancers! You will see the Lady Lancers later tonight in the second game of tonight's session, where the Lady Lancers will take on the Lady Lions of Bremen, and that Bremen team this year, they're a good team. They're a scary-looking team this year, so it'll be interesting to see how the Lancers can fare with the Lady Lions, but tonight, we got the Falcons, and we got the Lady Bobcats here tonight. Tip-off is away. Tip-off is won by Oregon Davis. Immediately a full-court pressure set by Oregon Davis, so they'll break that pressure. They'll swing it around the perimeter here, back to the top of the key. Takes about a 3. He's going to take it and misses. Rims out, rebounded. Ball's on the ground. It ends up in the hands of a Lady Falcon. It'll be a jump ball, and it will be John Glenn basketball. A quick first shot was fired off there by Oregon Davis. They want to try to get that 3 going early, and stolen off the inbound as Oregon Davis kicks it out. Back to the top of the key, down low, stolen by Glenn, and here comes Glenn now pushing up the tempo. Glenn over to Winchell. Back over to Winchell. Now they're going to get back over to Reese. Passing along the perimeter here. Right at that elbow. Long pass over. Thought about the 3. Just not going to take it, though. In the hands of Park now. Back into the hands. Now down low. Kicks it back out in the corner. It goes out of bounds. Through the hands of the intended targets was number 15 there, Kaylee Reese. The 5'10 junior just couldn't handle onto the ball. It will be Oregon Davis basketball.
There's no way you want to end your first possession like that. I mean, John Glenn was just going to get patient, waiting for the right shot, and it just slips to the hands, and possession's over there.
Trying to get Oregon Davis to move around here. The coaches for Oregon Davis telling their players to move, try to get the offense set. Very stagnant offense so far from Oregon Davis, trying to move it around the perimeter, trying to see what can get open, passes it down low, dribbles it inside, layup is missed off the front iron, rebounded by Oregon Davis. Her 3 ball, not gonna go, missed, rebounded Oregon Davis again. This layup is missed again, rebounded, it will be out of bounds. It will stay with Oregon Davis. The 3 attempt from Oregon Davis was Gabrielle Cross. She missed it. There were multiple missed rebounds on that possession, eventually going out of bounds off of the Lady Falcons. It will be Lady Cat basketball.
And so far, Oregon Davis has been dominating glass. You want the easiest way to win a game, you dominate glass.
Has someone open in the corner. It's not going to take it. Falls to the ground. Loose ball. It will be a jump ball. And Oregon Davis will maintain possession of this ball. So far, a sloppy start for both teams. Both teams still trying to see each other out in this one. To the top of the key. Up to that elbow. Thought about the 3. Just not going to take it. That's Cross right now with the ball. Now back to the top of the key, pushing it over. Her 3 ball is going to go. Knocks it down. The first points of the night will be an Aaron McMillan 3. A good way to start off the game for Oregon Davis. Good pass cross court. Cross down low, wide open. Good layup up and in. Good passing made by Ariana Stanley. 3-2.
But that's an excellent way of John Glenn subverting Oregon Davis' tenacity onto themselves with just a quick, patient, exploiting that 4-man press, finding himself in a 3-and-2 fast break.
Was just wide open in that zone defense. Finds a gap in that zone defense and just knocks it down. And as you're looking at that replay, it's a very easy layup for John Glenn. It makes it 4-3 Falcons now. Drives low is Oregon Davis, and that one's good. A good layup by Erin McMillan. She is leading the team in points right now for Oregon Davis. Gets it back out, thought about the 3, not gonna take it. Pass it down low, side the paint, blocked. Great defense by Oregon Davis. It was Gabrielle Cross with the block out of bounds. It will stay Lady Falcon basketball. Inbounding the ball here for John Glenn will be Winchell. And an easy layup and find the wide open girl underneath with Kaylee Reese. Here comes Oregon Davis, kicks it back out into the corner. Great ball movement so far, top of the key. Jumper gonna go.
Real long 2 there.
A good layup up and in. Top of the key, 3 ball for John Glenn's gonna fall. And it's just about now where both teams are gonna find their rhythm. Kaylee Reese with that 3 that time. Is a 2-point game in a very close contested ball game. Top of the key, 3. Oh, rims out. A little bit of a heat check there for both teams. Passing along the perimeter. Jumper not gonna go. Rebounded by Oregon Davis, kicks it back out. Top of the key. Sidestep, 3 ball, not gonna go. Rebounded by John Glenn, stripped away by Oregon Davis. Underneath, layup, and a foul. It will not fall. The foul will be committed. I believe that's number 45. Yes, it is 45 for Oregon Davis. Aaron McMillan, Braxton, we're off and running right now.
What a sequence we just watched. That was just incredible, my goodness.
And this is what we said Oregon Davis needs to do well tonight, is be intense.
I mean, they're bringing the game to John Glenn at this point.
Aaron McMillan's shot goes in for their first free throw. So far, a good way to start off this first game here.
And we got a treat and we're 4 minutes in.
Right, this game has kicked off to a very hot start, and you love to see it. Pass along the perimeter here for John Glenn, trying to get some things moving here. Pass it over, sidestep, drives the hoop, pass down low, layup is no good, but a foul will be called. Going to the line to shoot 2 for John Glenn will be Ariana Stanley.
I mean, and that possession just showed how I think that John Glenn's going to try to exploit Oregon Davis on the offensive side. I mean, just Oregon Davis trying to just move and sliding with it on the zone. John Glenn heavy off ball movement, staying patient, just waiting for the moment to strike, and then foul to get 2 shots.
Her first free throw will be missed. Should get one more shot here. And stripped out of bounds, it will stay with Oregon Davis. Oregon Davis, you're trying to move the ball across, and a double team will be set by John Glenn. It ends up out of bounds again. It will stay Oregon Davis basketball. The main ball handler tonight for Oregon Davis is Gabriella Cross. That's it down low to the layup. Opportunity is missed. The shot was, well, the layup was attempted by Sarah Thompson. Ends up out of bounds. It will be John Glenn basketball. Bring up the ball now will be Winchell. Winchell will pass it over to Reese. Reese.
Oregon Davis is absolutely swimming at trying to trap.
Oregon Davis defense has been very good so far. I thought about the three, not going to take it. Top of the key, passing around the perimeter, trying to get something open. Dribbles over, finds someone down low. Not going to take the shot though. Pass it back out, back to the top of the key. Over, three ball. Not going to go off the side of the rim. Falls to the ground. It will be a jump ball. It will stay with John Glenn after the three was missed by John Glenn, but a rebound on the ground led to a jump ball. Pass into the corner for three. It's no good. And rebounded by Oregon Davis, and now pushing the tempo. We do the Lady Cats. Lady Cats stops her dribble, slows down the offense, passes it over, drives low to the free throw line, kicks it back out, over now to the corner. Her three ball is not going to go. Hit the shot clock kind of timer there, so that will end up out of bounds.
Second time this happened this weekend, though.
Yeah.
You don't see that often.
Yeah, you don't see that at all. I can't remember the last time I saw the ball hit the shot clock.
It's been a minute for me. I can say
Here in
that.
basketball. Be John Glenn ball here. A swarming defense will lead to a steal. Great defense set by Oregon Davis, Madison Zayla. Then it was also Sarah Thompson, I believe, on that swarming defense. Around the perimeter here, drives low, layup is no good, it's missed. Tries to knock it off the feet, and it will work. As she was falling out of bounds, she threw the ball back at the feet of the Falcons player. It will end up Oregon Davis basketball.
You know, Oregon Davis is leaving it all out on the court there.
And this is why Oregon Davis is still in this ball game. They have played some really good defense so far. A great start to this game.
I mean, I told you not to count them out, and they're not going down without a fight, that's for sure.
On the contact, out of bounds. It will be John Glenn basketball. Bring up the ball for John Glenn will be Winchell. Trying to bring it across that half-court line, Will, and there's another double team, and a steal maybe out of bounds. It will be Oregon Davis basketball again. This defense for Oregon Davis
Doesn't feel like Glenn's prepared for this at all.
Has John Glenn in a whirlpool right now. They cannot move anything around the court. Pass across, thought about the three, and that will be a travel. Took one too many extra steps there with Gabrielle Kraus.
And you mentioned both these teams travel well, and I think you meant in a literal sense, but I guess in the basketball sense too. I mean, two back-to-back travels right there. I mean, it's just mistakes you need to eliminate.
Well, Oregon Davis trying to set that double team again, but it will end up in a foul this time. It was on number 25, Zalea. Pass in the corner, thought about it, and she's going to knock that one home. Vermeiler with the three. Corner contested three was blocked, rebounded by Oregon Davis. Ball's on the ground. It will be a jump ball again with 1:38 left to go in this first quarter. Oregon Davis sticking around in this game. Look at the replay here. Look at this three. Contested three. That was beautiful. It's a foul on John Glenn, number 11. Winchell with the foul. It's her first foul of the night.
I mean, John Glenn's played a pretty clean game so far. You know, you just gotta stay calm in a team like this. And this team wants you to commit fouls, and it's just not gonna happen for them.
Got some substitution that both teams are looking to check out here. You pass in to Kraus. Kraus dribbles to the right side before she will dump it off into the corner. Kick out, down low, trying to work it down low, and On the layup attempt was Sarah Thompson, but she will be fouled going up for the shot. It's her first foul of the night. Thompson to the line to shoot 2. Her first one will be missed. We'll shoot one more here with 1:26 left to go in this first quarter between John Glenn and Oregon Davis in the second round of the Bicounty tournament. It looks like Sarah Thompson has some blood on her jersey. So try to get that cleaned up here. So at this point, I think we're going to have to wait for this free throw attempt here as she's going to try to get that blood cleaned up off of her jersey.
You know, I have a funny story about that. My sophomore year, I was playing against Lakeland Christian against soccer. Kicked the ball up, trying to control it, hits my nose. I start bleeding from my nose. Not a lot, but a little bit. I'm like trying to hide it so I don't get pulled off. I'm in all white. It's not looking good. Center ref calls it. Both Wilson's like, yo, 17, you bleeding? I'm like, yeah, all defeated. Walk off the field. My teammates make fun of me for it, but I mean, you know, I had 2 nosebleeds yesterday, so thankful I wasn't in white for those or in the jersey.
It's a good one. Erin McMillan will shoot the second one in place of Thompson, but she'll miss it. Having her dribble, kicks out in the corner. Her 3 ball is not going to go. Rebounded by John Glenn. Stops her dribble. That layup is no good. Rims around. He rebounded by Oregon Davis, and here comes the Lady Wildcats. Going to get back to Kraus.
More blood.
And this time, Gabrielle Kraus will go out with a nosebleed. At that time, Sarah Thompson is okay to check back in.
Did I do it to commentator's curse right there?
That might be a commentator's curse if I've ever seen one.
Oh my, I apologize. I apologize.
Wow.
I mean, talk about bad luck that was.
Right. Ties around here, back into the corner, trying to get someone open, trying to work that perimeter that Oregon Davis likes to do with under a minute to go. 3 ball. It's going to go, going to fall. Oregon Davis, Erin McMillan with another 3 to her night. Pass across the court here. Got that advantage down low. Kicks it back out into the corner. Thought about it, just not going to take it though. Trying to work it around here. Goes around back into the corner. Thought about the 3, not going to take it. Pass it down low. And it's blocked. Great defense by Oregon Davis. Sarah Thompson with the great defense. Kicks to the corner. Her 3 ball is not going to go. Out of bounds off of John Glenn. It will be Oregon. No, it will be John Glenn basketball.
Looked off of Glenn on my view here.
I thought that might have been off of John Glenn, but nonetheless, it will be John Glenn basketball.
10 seconds to go here in the first. I want to see what Glenn does here.
They can hold for the last shot. I can imagine that's their goal.
I don't think Oregon Davis will let them, though.
No, Oregon Davis defense so far has been really good. And a charge on John Glenn. Great job taking the charge. That was Madison Zayla that time. Take another look.
That's a selfless play there. I mean,
yeah.
People say that charges are the plays nobody wants to do, and that's true, but I mean, huge advantages with those charge.
And the shot will not be off in time. It would be missed. But at the end of the first quarter, we got a 1-point ball game between John Glenn and Oregon Davis, a very highly contested game. We'll take a real quick break here. When we come back, second quarter action here at the Bicounty tournament. You're listening to LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation.
It's 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. You have 2 choices. Option 1, take 2 nanoseconds to reach over and put on your seatbelt. Or option 2, decide it's too much work for a Saturday and don't put on your seatbelt. As the seatbelt alarm continues to sing the song of its people, you roll your eyes. You're just going down the block, you'll be fine. You take a turn to the left and that's when you see it.
Just wear your seatbelt. It's an easy way to save your own life. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute wants to remind you that choices matter. Click it to live it.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Everyone, welcome back to the 61st annual Bicounty Tournament. A storyline to watch out for in tonight's game, as that was a lot of contact, no foul, and she's still hurt. And something to watch out for Oregon Davis tonight is that they only have 6 players tonight. They only have 1 bench player available for tonight's game. Just a couple days ago, they had a couple players fall ill. That flu kind of bug going around the Oregon Davis team. So they got to be very mindful of, obviously, in that first quarter, they had 2 players have to check out. And a 3 ball there is made by Oregon Davis. So they had 2 players. 1 player go out with blood on the jersey. Another one go out with a bloody nose.
I mean, this is a small school anyways. Enrollment is about 130.
Yeah.
You have a small team in and of itself. You lose multiple players with sickness, and then you go down 2 with a bloody nose. That's just...
Normally, Oregon Davis has 7 players on the roster, so they're missing 1 tonight. So you only have 1 substitute to play with the whole night. That is something to watch out for, and that 3 ball is rattled home for John Glenn. Kylie Vermeiler that time with a good shot. And Oregon Davis still with the ball, trying to move it around. So Oregon Davis here have a lot of minutes played throughout all their players. And that's something that they knew that they had to deal with going into this Bicounty tournament with a smaller roster that they have. So far, they've hung around very well with John Glenn. Good cut down low. The layup is good by Rory Winchell that time. A great cut down to the paint, was wide open.
I mean, but talking on that, like, every player has a lot of minutes as ball goes out of bounds there. It's like Tom Thibodeau method, you know? It may not be the healthiest, it may not be the most efficient, but you have the most tenacious players possible, and these players can play at a pace that these John Glenn players don't experience.
And coming back in the game for Oregon Davis will be Gabrielle Kraus. She went out earlier in the first quarter with a bloody nose, so she is officially back. So again, something to look out for tonight for Oregon Davis. There's only 6 players on the roster tonight for Oregon Davis. Her 3 ball is going to go. Oregon Davis is lining it up from the 3-point range so far tonight. And this ties the game. And when you have a team that is known to shoot the 3 and they're shooting it this well tonight, the possibilities of knocking off a top team in the tournament are endless. And Oregon Davis feels like it tonight. Long 3, not going to go. Rebounded by Oregon Davis, but stolen by John Glenn. The steal by John Glenn was by Ariana Stanley that time. What a great steal. Her 3 ball not going to go for Oregon Davis. Rebounded by Oregon Davis and steps out of bounds. I don't think she realized she was that close to the out of bounds marker. It was Sarah Thompson who grabbed the rebound but ended up stepping out of bounds. Taking a look here at this steal off the rebound. I mean, ripping it from her hands. Was it Ariana Stanley? That's just great defense, great awareness by John Glenn. Passing around the top of the key now. They're going to pass it over to the left side now, looking back to the top of the key. Working that perimeter very well as John Glenn so far in this game, but good defense has been set by Oregon Davis and the Lady Cats. Down low at that paint, kicks it back out. Corner, not going to take it. Ball's on the ground now, picks it back up. Down low near the paint, right out that block. Across the line. Along that baseline, back over to the corner, down low at that block, trying to work it in down low. And that will be a travel on John Glenn.
You know, these are 2 teams with very conflicting identities. You know, put in college basketball teams. It's like watching Alabama play Houston.
Yeah.
They're very opposite teams. Heavy man-to-man pressure and fast-paced shooting threes versus patience in the zone defense. I mean, what a treat we've got. I feel like we keep saying this. We get incredible games. This might be the best game we've called yet.
This is a really good game. And we've called 2 good games on Tuesday night. Her 3 ball is going to go again. Erin McMillan is having herself a night from 3-point range. She can't miss tonight.
I mean, but like you get that hot hand, you just want to let everything fly. Right now, she's sinking it. Put it in your hands, let it go.
I mean, why not? But Elizabeth Wright will answer right back for John Glenn. Makes it a 1-point game now back in Glenn's favor.
I want to talk about back and forth. You got some here.
It's a great game so far, moving it back and forth. I think a point of emphasis right now for John Glenn is cover Macmillan, number 45 at the top of the key. Mid-range jumper for Oregon Davis, not going to go. The shot was attempted by Victoria Nagy that time, just missed. Kind of moving around here, trying to get something to move. Down low. A lot of it, a great steal by Oregon Davis. Again. Making great moves on the defensive side of the ball. The Lady Cats handing the ball now is Kraus. Kraus is going to get over to the Zayla. Kraus 3 ball is good. Gabrielle Kraus that time knocking home that 3. And Oregon Davis is back in the lead. Moving around now, John Glenn in timeout. John Glenn, the coach, has seen enough. He needs to talk to his team. They got to do a better job guarding that perimeter, because so far that 3 for Oregon Davis is on fire right now. They cannot miss right now.
I mean, like, you know, the old adage, 3 is more than 2, and it feels like Oregon Davis especially prescribes to that, you know. They're going to take a 3 no matter when they can.
When it's working, it's working. And when you're making the shots like you are right now for John Glenn, why not keep letting it fly? There's a shot by Kraus right now off that Hoosier Tire instant replay.
You know, and there's only like shots that are just like barely rimming in. These are greatly taken 3s with great technique. They know when to take these 3s, and they're confident in making them, and they swish it almost every time.
That was Macmillan that time you saw knocking down that 3 on that replay. And what a great game we've had so far. I mean, so far going back and forth. Hoosier Tire is proud to support LaVille and LVH1 Broadcasting. Hoosier Tire, passion, pride, success. Those replays brought to you by Hoosier Tire. We're back onto the court. 3 minutes to go until we hit halftime here. And a greatly contested ball game so far. Takes it back out now, back to the top of the key, moves it over. Thought about the 3, not going to take it though. Down low, side the paint. Back out, pass along the perimeter. Good defense set so far by Oregon Davis. Just look at that defense right now. They are really stifling anything that John Glenn tries to get going. Had a 3, just not going to take it.
I've noticed that all night, you know. I feel like John Glenn's a bit hesitant to take 3s. They have multiple opportunities where they can take one. Speaking of, and they do that, or they just don't take a shot.
That shot that time was attempted by Callie Reese. It's missed, and it's back in the Oregon Davis hands. Oregon Davis, obviously underdogs coming into this ball game. So far, they're up by 2. And great ball movement so far. 3 ball for Oregon Davis, not going to go. It was close though. Out of bounds, hustling to try to get that rebound was Macmillan. She slipped out of bounds. She touched it last. It will be John Glenn basketball. John Glenn now with the ball. Reese now with the ball. Holding it at the top of the key. Going to be over to Vermeiler. Vermeiler going to get it into the corner. Kicks back out. Vermeiler back with the ball. Now back over to Reese. Reese back over to Bogard. Bogard. 3 balls good. Carson Bogard, the freshman, 5'8", making a difference in this one. gets the lead back for Glenn, and Oregon Day tried to respond with a 3. Same teammates run into each other. That time it was Aaron McMillan and Madison Zala going for the same rebound. They knocked into each other, knocked each other down, and because that happened, it is John Glenn basketball.
I mean, but like, that's kind of a communication issue at that point. You know, you tell that's yours and you go for it. But I mean, that's something you just can't let affect them, and it's keep morale high in a game like this, and it's so tightly contested.
But when you're younger playing basketball, when you're younger, you know, in the basketball camps, you're normally trained to yell mine or, hey, I got that rebound that time. Communication just wasn't there. Maybe the communication wasn't there. They didn't, and no one decided to jump off of the rebound. That could also happen. So
I mean, that also could apply to Oregon Davis' tenacity if everyone wants to get that rebound.
Yeah, very selfless playing so far by Oregon Davis. Everyone playing their part in this game that has gotten Oregon Davis only a 1-point deficit, closing to halftime, and stolen by Glenn. Picked up by Glenn. Go down by Bogard. Lost the dribble. Pass over. Stolen by Oregon Davis. Here comes the Lady Bobcats. Stops her dribble. Pass it. Stole by Bogard. Here comes Bogard. Down the court. Stops her dribble. And it will be a travel by Carson Bogard. Trying to tell the John Glenn Falcons, hey, slow it down. We're fine. But with 26 seconds to go, Oregon Davis can hold for the last shot.
I mean, calling ISO here, you know, let Oregon Davis been hitting it at 3, going to half of the lead.
Corner 3 is not going to go. Rebounded. It will be out of bounds. Stay with Oregon Davis. Coach is not happy with that call. I know Oregon Davis is, though. Ryan Reese, John Glenn's head coach, not happy. 11 seconds to go. They got a shot here for the last shot. Drives low. Layup is not going to go. Rebounded again. Layup is good. She missed the shot and got her own rebound. Sarah Thompson. And that 3 is not going to go. And at halftime, we've got a little bit of an upset brewing here at Dale E. Cox Gymnasium. Oregon Davis up over Glenn 26-25. Do not go anywhere. So when we come back, we got some things to get to at halftime. We're going to preview the second half, preview the second game, and also get you some packages to show you guys. Thank you, everyone. We'll be right back on LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation.
I'll be here in 30.
No problemo.
Spend with confidence using an Everwise Max checking account. Plus, you can earn $250 cash back.
The Lancer Lounge. Feel your game night. Just down the hall from Dale Cox Gym.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America builds and maintains roads, bridges, and other essential infrastructure that make us the crossroads of America. So thanks to LIUNA members' work, Hoosiers have a better quality of life, like access to utilities, easier routes to jobs, schools, or medical care. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Welcome back into the 61st Annual Bicounty Tournament here at halftime for the first game between Oregon Davis and John Glenn. It's Oregon Davis in the lead. They're trying to pull off the upset. They're trying to pull off the underdog story here in the Bicounty Tournament. Obviously, John Glenn coming in as favorites to win the whole thing, actually, but Oregon Davis giving them a run for their money. That score right now is Oregon Davis currently in the lead, 26-25. But hey, before we preview anything for the second half, before we get to any stats, we have the real quick IHSA Commissioner's Corner to get to right now. So we'll listen to that right now.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome into the Commissioner's Corner, our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. Paul, great to be with you as always, and we start this episode with maybe a sentence that none of us thought we'd be saying a number of years ago, but the Indiana football Hoosiers are college football playoff national champions. An incredible run in the playoff for the Hoosiers. And, you know, Paul, it connects with what you guys do in high school sports. We'll talk about the Hoosiers roster in just a little bit, but what's your reaction to it all? You got to see the Rose Bowl, of course, and what a team it ended up being for Curt Cignetti.
You know, they've talked a little bit about creating the movie, and I think when you really look at what this football team has done in capturing not only Indiana, but the country and following those, it's incredible the number of people who have come out and watched the Hoosiers throughout their tournament series. I mean, I can remember going to Memorial Stadium many times, and I could kind of have my pick of seats in the place, and especially the second half. And to watch them grow beyond those days in just 2 short years, I think it allows people to realize that the things that are once thought impossible can be done. And I think that's a tribute to Coach Cignetti and the entire President Witten, Athletic Director Dolson. Their dream and their ability to sell this to the Indiana community is just phenomenal. And it should have a story written about it, because we've never seen anything like this in the world of college sports, and it goes along with the movie Hoosiers. I saw those things, and a lot of things that have been folklore in the Indiana history, and this is just another chapter in the incredible sports story of Indiana.
31 players on that Indiana roster from this state, played high school football in this state. I'm sure many of them on Friday nights were having their names talked about on Indiana Sports Talk and what they did under the lights on Fridays, helping their communities. But, you know, what does that mean for you guys over at the office of the IHSAA that, you know, 31 kids that came through your program in a way are now national champions?
Well, I mean, it's exciting for us, and I think kids in Indiana, it's just a tribute to the coaches that we have in the state of Indiana. You know, they're taking these in football, they're taking these student athletes. One, they teach them to be an athlete or a student first, but then they're teaching them with a high level of coaching to be the best athlete they can be, and the skill set training that they get allows a lot of students in Indiana to dream of that next level. And it doesn't happen that way everywhere. But Indiana is blessed with a plethora of incredible coaches that develop students throughout their high school career. And when they have an opportunity to be with that coach in 4 years of their high school, you know, those lessons build upon themselves. And, you know, and that's just a product of what we see.
That's Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. This is the Commissioner's Corner. Paul, other stuff going on with the IHSAA girls wrestling just wrapped up over at the Coliseum. Whiteland finishing with the top spot in girls wrestling. 2 individual state champions crown Point, Hobart, and Columbus East following in the standings. And, of course, boys wrestling coming up as well. So can you just break down the weekend for the girls wrestling state titles and what's coming up for the boys too?
Well, girls wrestling was a great weekend, and we saw a significant amount of growth in not only the quality of wrestling in its second year of state championship participation, but in the number of fans. I mean, we were up almost 1,000 fans this past weekend over the previous year, this past Friday. And so that's exciting. And we knew girls wrestling would continue to grow. The fan base loves their sport, and we're excited about it. And then we turn right around the corner. And a week from this Saturday, we kick off with the boys wrestling tournament. And I'm sure it's going to be a tournament to be excited about throughout the entire 4-week march to the state finals.
And Paul, less than a minute here. Girls basketball pairing show coming up. Ready to kick off the basketball state tournaments. It's coming.
It is. It's time, and we're excited about it. A lot of great girls basketball being played in this state, and Assistant Commissioner Jane Schott does a great job as a former high school basketball coach and player at Purdue of really celebrating girls basketball in a proper way in this state.
It's the Commissioner's Corner. That's Paul. I'm Brendan. Appreciate the time, Paul. Talk to you next week.
We'll talk to you next week, Brendan.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Mom, have you seen my earrings?
Scoot, 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 scoot. Spend with confidence using an Everwise Max checking account. Plus, you can earn $250 cash back.
Holman, he'll fire his three.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Welcome into LVH1. It's the voice of Lancer Nation. I'm Nate Tingle alongside Braxton Stone here in the Dale E. Cox Gymnasium. Just about a minute to go until the second half. And you're tuning in. If you're just now tuning in, we got John Glenn and we got Oregon Davis. And you might be, if you are just now tuning in, you might be a little surprised by the score right now. Oregon Davis is up by 1 over John Glenn. It's 26-25 Oregon Davis. And coming into this game, according to John Harrell, John Glenn was favored to win this game by 24. Oregon Davis is in the lead right now by 1 at halftime. And the reason why is because every single player that has touched the court tonight for Oregon Davis has a stat in the stat sheet. Mazzari, 3 points and a steal. Cross, 3 points, 3 assists. Thompson, 6 points, 5 rebounds, a steal, and a block, and assist. Macmillan, 12 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. Zayla, 4 assists and a steal. And Maggie with a rebound. They only have 5 turnovers right now, compared to John Glenn's 10 turnovers right now. So, Braxton, obviously, when you're a smaller school and when you're the underdogs in a game, it is your job to do everything right. And so far for Oregon Davis, they're doing just that.
Yeah, it's like that Tim Robinson sketch. Everyone's doing their part. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. You do your part, you succeed. I mean, it's basketball's a team game after all. And, you know, you play your roles to perfection. You get results like this at halftime, 26-25, when you only expect to score 29 the whole game.
That's right. Oregon Davis, they were predicted to score 29 points in this game. Oregon Davis saw that and said, no, we have a shot to win this game. So Oregon Davis obviously knew they were the underdogs coming into this game, and they embraced it. They like being the underdogs. They know they're the smaller school. They know with their roster size, they're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I mean, you can compare roster sizes. John Glenn brought 9 players tonight to this game. Oregon Davis brought 6.
It's not like the Broncos where they think they're underdogs when they're not. No, this is the definition of an underdog here. And Glenn might not be a huge school. They might not be a powerhouse, but I mean, Class 1A basketball and in Bicounty, they are a powerhouse. They're like Duke. They're like UNC.
John Glenn coming into this game was 16-4 coming into this game. Oregon Davis is 8-11 coming into this game. I mean, it's insane in what Oregon Davis is doing right now. They have the opportunity to knock off the best team in the tournament.
The best team on the side of the bracket,
the best team on this side of the bracket. Obviously, Bremen is still in this one. You will see what Bremen can do in the next game against LaVille. And if you're a LaVille Lancer right now, obviously LaVille, slight underdogs into that Bremen game. You're seeing Oregon Davis do this right now. You have a pretty good feeling that, hey, maybe they can pull off an upset of their own, but only time will tell. John Glenn maintains possession right now. And what I would say right now to look out for right now is that defense for Oregon Davis.
I mean, they have – John Glenn has double the turnovers compared to Oregon Davis, and I think it's purely because of their defense. I mean, it's not like Glenn's playing bad. It's that. It's plays like that.
And it's a foul on on Oregon Davis. Sarah Thompson was called for the foul. But again, you said it in the first half, that's just a selfless play that Thompson did right there. She's diving on the court. They're diving on the court. They're fighting for the loose balls. I mean,
this team's they got every loose ball like it's a rugby ruck.
Yes.
You know? It's impressive.
This 3 ball is missed, rebounded by John Glenn. Layup is missed, and a foul is called.
I mean, you see old heads talk about they miss old school basketball and the tenacity on defense. Right here, local court.
Yeah. Thompson is called for the foul. It's her first foul of the night. Taking a look here. Missed on the rebound. Yeah. Definitely got the arm there. It looks like Kraus got more of the arm than what Thompson did on that one, but Thompson was called for the foul. It's her first foul of the night, so that's okay. The storyline that was big for Oregon Davis in the first half was it was Thompson who went out in the first quarter with blood on her jersey, and then a minute later,
I don't even think a full minute later.
I think like 30 seconds later, Kraus went out with a bloody nose. At one point during a free throw, during the first free throw attempt, that left Oregon Davis with 4 players on the court because a player is out sick for Oregon Davis. Normally they have 7 players on the roster. So the thing to look out for Oregon Davis is possibly the foul trouble for Oregon Davis. This 3 ball is not going to go, rebounded by Oregon Davis.
I mean, you play like Oregon Davis does, you're going to attract fouls anyways. But, I mean, second half, you got to keep it pretty clean. I mean, if you lose a player, you're down to 5. That's horrid.
You have to play a very clean game right now if you're Oregon Davis. Gotta limit the fouls. That 3 is going to be missed, and both teams right now struggling to find points. The only point that has been scored in this second half is a free throw. Corner thought about it, not going to go. Little jumper, that one will roll in. Finally finding the scoreboard for John Glenn is Ariana Stanley. John Glenn will take a 2-point lead. With 4 minutes to go, we are halfway through this third quarter already.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this might be the longest scored lead that Glenn's had this entire game.
I think this is the biggest score lead.
Oregon Davis just kind of jumped out of the gate here, but I mean, it's been close the entire way. I see this one coming down to the wire. It's an absolute treat.
If Oregon Davis can continue this defense and they can continue the offense they've been able to produce, they got a really good shot. But the thing that might come down to the end is that in terms of roster size by numbers, John Glenn obviously has the bigger roster by terms of players on the bench.
I mean, depth is almost as important as it is for your star players.
Yeah.
You see that on championship winning teams. They not just have elite star players, they have elite depth that come off the bench and do their part. And it could really come down to that tonight.
And that's the big thing right now for Oregon Davis is right now.
Oh, that's
definitely a foul. And
I mean, it feels like John Glenn's kind of getting frustrated in this sense and kind of giving into the tenacity Oregon Davis has, and that's kind of what you want is for Oregon Davis.
That one's gonna go. Oregon Davis, Erin McMillan with another 3 to add to her night, give her 15 points on the night, and that will give them a 1-point lead. But yeah, John Glenn, 4 players on the bench compared to Oregon Davis, 1 player on the bench. The long game is kind of what John Glenn is hoping to work tonight. But Oregon Davis has done a good job with that so far with 2:52 left to go in the third quarter. It's a foul on Oregon Davis. It's on Victoria. And that layup is good. An easy layup by Ariana Stanley. Makes it a 1-point lead again for John Glenn. Back and forth we go here in Dale E. Cox Gymnasium. This layup for McMillan is no good. Rebounded, put up again, not gonna go. The rebound was by Sarah Thompson. Couldn't lay it up and in. Stays a 1-point game for Glenn. Glenn working it down low side of the paint, kicks it back out. Thought about the 3, not gonna take it. Down low, layup is good. Getting it done down low is Ariana Stanley. And John Glenn will call a timeout. They're up by 3, 32-29. And you look at both of these huddles right now. The thing that I'm realizing right now is that John Glenn just looks a lot more comfortable than what Oregon Davis does right now. The Oregon Davis huddle right now,
exhausted.
Hands on hips, this Oregon Davis team is exhausted. This John Glenn team looks fresh coming out of this timeout. That's what's going to play into this game, is that this Oregon Davis team, they are tired. They're exhausted.
Nate, you mentioned to me pregame. You played pickup last night, and I know, like, even in a pickup game, that's like half speed. You get tired.
You do.
And I play soccer, and I mean, it's much different than playing basketball. But you're out there 5, 10, 15 minutes. You get tired. You're on basketball 3 minutes. You get exhausted. I mean, just that really plays a factor in here. And if Oregon Davis's conditioning is not up to par, you can really see this game run away.
And Oregon Davis will call a timeout. It will be a 30-second timeout, so we're just going to keep it right here.
I mean, I'm watching the posture here of the Oregon Davis, and just head low. They're gassed. I mean, you hate doing conditioning in the preseason, but these are the games you do it for, especially if you're a school of Oregon Davis' size, with a team of their size.
And see, this is where Oregon Davis, I guess you could say they're not really used to this. They're used to having one more player on the bench with them. Obviously, that player out with an illness, sick.
I mean, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. So hopefully she's feeling better soon.
You know, the difference from 6 to 7 is like pretty large, you know? I mean, but even in the court, you get an extra player on it. You get an extra player there. I mean, more breaks for your players.
You do have a point. Oregon Davis only has 7 players. They only have 6 tonight, so it will be Oregon Davis basketball after going out of bounds. And they're down by 3 right now is Davis. They're trying to move it around. That 3 ball has been falling for Oregon Davis, especially for number 45, Macmillan. And there's a 2 that went up and in. It was Sarah Thompson that time to cut the lead down to 1 for John Glenn. Well, this defense for Oregon Davis has got to stay disciplined like they've been able to do all night long.
It looks a bit slower from what I can see.
This layup is missed. It was a tough layup attempt by Ariana Stanley and almost went in. Pass down low. Layup for the lead has got it. Oregon Davis, Erin Macmillan is having herself a night. I believe that's her 17th point of the night. Oregon Davis taking control of this third quarter with a minute to go. Passing across the court, trying to get something going. Almost stolen, man. They were looking for that one, tipped away. And Oregon Davis basketball, a foul is called. No, it's a jump ball.
Oh, my.
Wow, a jump ball is called. It was an intense play that time. Number 30 for John Glenn will check out. Ariana Stanley taking a look. Look at the tenacity by Oregon Davis. Just playing physical basketball. That was Madison Zala that time.
Leaving it out all out on the court.
Trying to rip that ball away, and that's a travel. Elizabeth Wright with the travel. Oregon Davis will have the ball with 50 seconds to go in this third quarter. These Oregon Davis fans who are behind us and to the left of us, they believe they can pull this off. Kick out.
We're watching something great right now, Nate, I gotta say.
We really are. Oregon Davis coming into this game at 24-point underdogs.
Staying up with the best team of this side of the bracket.
Yes.
One of the favorites for the tournament. One of the best schools in women's basketball in the area.
Yeah.
Class size too.
John Glenn is definitely one of the better girls basketball teams in the area. And Oregon Davis giving them a fight. With 10 seconds to go, John Glenn can in. It's going to be stolen by Oregon Davis. Dribbles low. Layup for Macmillan. It's not going to go. Rebounded on the ground. Buzzer blows. And the buzzer will sound. And after a physical third quarter, Oregon Davis has the lead up by 1. Take another look at the end of this third quarter. I mean, look at Oregon Davis hyping the players up. We're going to take a look at this. It's on the grounds. I mean, Oregon Davis, even though they're exhausted, they believe. And all you need to do to pull off an upset is believe. And they believe right now.
Yeah, 20, yeah.
So we're going to take a real quick break here. When we come back, you're listening to LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation.
Hey, honey. We'll be here in 30.
No problemo.
It's not too late to order pizzas.
It's a good thing the TV came put together.
Spend with confidence using an Everwise Max checking account. Plus, you can earn $250 cash back.
You just saved the day.
Whenever a Lions club gets together, problems get smaller and communities get better. That's because we help here. We help where help is needed. The La Paz Lions Club, we serve. Thank you very much to all our sponsors, all the supporters that support LVH1. It wouldn't be possible without you. Stolen away by Bogard. Here comes John Glenn. Drives low, layup is missed, rebounded by Oregon Davis. And it's been the opportunities that John Glenn has had so far. They just haven't been able to capitalize on them.
But it feels like every time they do, it feels like Oregon Davis is just right there with them at all times.
Here's another opportunity. 3-ball, rims out, not going to fall. Bogard with the 3, almost going in. And Oregon Davis with the ball. And we were in the kind of the big storyline for Oregon Davis into this game was their head coach, Aubrey Lady. 8-11 at this point now in the season. It's her 5th year at Oregon Davis. She's 41-65 overall. Your key wins for them is Trinity Greenlawn and Knox, and then Argus on Tuesday night. But the storyline is that Coach Aubrey Lady was a graduate of Oregon Davis and a state champion basketball player at Oregon Davis. She also won the Bicounty tournament 3 times as a player at Oregon Davis before going to play basketball at Murray State. So she knows the community very well here at Oregon Davis. She knows how to win, and here's a wide open layup, and it's missed. Rebound is up, and it's good, and a foul. That layup was made by Ariana Stanley. It was a foul on Victoria Nagai. Taking a look there.
There's an angry parent behind us yelling at the ref, I believe.
Yeah, they wanted to travel.
I don't see it.
I didn't see enough.
I don't see it, man.
I didn't see the travel.
As Tony Romo would say, I don't know about that one, Jim.
To be honest, I did see the foul there. I just didn't see the appeal for the travel. Nonetheless, Glenn will take a 2-point lead here over Oregon Davis with how that 3's been falling so far tonight. And it's stolen away by Glenn. Glenn trying to push the tempo here, and it's tipped. I mean, great defense right now by Oregon Davis.
I mean, it also felt like for the third quarter too. I felt like Oregon Davis was slowing down, but they're staying just right there with them, no matter what will happen. This is a persistent team.
The corner is Bogard now, going to pass it around the perimeter here.
I mean, these guys they're playing for a chance to play on Saturday. It's made there.
That jumper is good by Carson Bogard. The freshman extends the lead out to 4 for John Glenn. Winning the ball now, slowing down the offense. Trying to get something to move around here, trying to get something to go for Oregon Davis.
And allow Jim, this Glenn coach is going.
And it's a foul on John Glenn.
Is it blocking?
I believe, looks like it was an on-the-arm foul. I believe it was on Callie Reese. And that layup is good, and one for Oregon Davis. Going to the line to shoot another will be Sarah Thompson. And those are huge in this point in the game.
The replay here brought to you by Hoosier Tire. Just That's a tough lay.
Yeah, tough
Finish through contact with 2 players around you. It's impressive.
And misses that one. Oregon Davis picking up the tempo here on defense, but so is John Glenn on offense. Up by 2 is John Glenn. 5:30 left to go. How about the 3? Just not going to take it. Move it around. 3 for Bogard is not going to go. Rebounded by Oregon Davis. Moving up the court. Gotta look up the court, and it's intercepted.
It's a rough turnover there. I mean, could have had 3-2 right there.
Mazzari was wide open down the court. Too little, too late. That 3 ball not going to go. And a foul on John Glenn. Ariana Stanley with the pushing foul. Just pushed Madison Zayla to the ground. That will be her first foul of the night. You're going to take another look here. The contested 3. You're going to see maybe a little bit of a shove there.
I mean,
it wasn't much.
If that was a good tactical foul, if it was for Oregon Davis. Good game awareness there if it was a flop. I didn't see much there, but.
And a tough layup almost going in. Was a Sarah Thompson layup, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2 for a chance to tie this game.
I mean, Thompson's kind of just been all over the glass day, and she's been able to finish pretty decently through contact. I mean, that's just impressive to see, you know?
John Glenn. That first one's good. John Glenn has some very impressive wins so far this year. Fairfield, Concord, Westville, Tippecanoe Valley, Plymouth. Multiple wins all over the board for John Glenn this one. But
tie ball game here.
It's been the underdog, Oregon Davis, to have this game tied. And that pass is going out of bounds. That's another turnover for John Glenn. I mean, I believe this is John Glenn's 13th turnover of the game, where Oregon Davis only has 6 turnovers so far this game. And here's another turnover for Oregon Davis. A foul will be committed. A smart foul, to be honest with you, is committed by Aaron McMillan.
Bit of a curse there, eh? Went from 6-7 real quick. I blame you for that one.
He was on the fast break. And they didn't want to allow any easy points, so they'll take the foul. You're okay with that. Still a tied game, though, with 4:20 left to go. This defense for Oregon Davis flying around right now. Look at all the moving parts on this defense. Drives low, backs up. Looking for everyone to pass it across to. Thought about the 3, not going to take it. Mid-range jumper's not going to go. Rebounded by John Glenn. Bogart's shot is missed. And rebounded by Oregon Davis. Pushing the tempo would be the Lady Bobcats. Slows down her dribble. Kicks it out. Thought about the 3, not going to take it. Drives low, stops her dribble, back out to the top of the key. Trying to get some things to move right now for Oregon Davis. Tipped away, and a foul is called on Bogard for John Glenn. And that will officially put Oregon Davis into the bonus. So any foul committed by John Glenn will send Oregon Davis to the free throw line for the rest of the game. Well, that will be a shooting foul. Going to the line to shoot 2. Be Gabrielle Kraus to shoot 2. Got that one to go in.
Takes the lead with that. Oh, I told you he's going down to the wire.
This is going to go down to the wire, Braxton. I have called games. That one's good. Again, I have been calling high school games, whether that's for football or basketball, ever since my 8th grade year. I'm a senior now, so this is my 5th year overall calling games. This is my 5th year calling games. I personally can't remember a game that there's been this big of an underdog, and they have a shot at winning this game. So this is just great to see that Oregon Davis is really sticking around in this ball game. Corner 3 is going to go, knocks it home for John Glenn. Making that 3 was Kaylee Reese. Up by 1 now is John Glenn. Corner 3 for Oregon Davis is missed. Rebounded by Oregon Davis, and it's saved by Oregon Davis. And a foul will be called on number 30 of John Glenn, Ariana Stanley. That will be, I believe, at least her 3rd foul of the night. It's her 2nd of the night. To the line is Sarah Thompson, number 43, the senior leader on this team for Oregon Davis. The first shot is missed. Gotta make your free throws here down the stretch if you're Oregon Davis.
So one-score game. I mean, it comes down to this.
That one's good. Tied game. The Lady Bobcats looking to do the unthinkable. Almost stolen again by Oregon Davis. This defense out of bounds in Oregon Davis basketball. And this John Glenn crowd to the right of us is just stunned.
Deflated, jeez. And, you know, to my left, I hear Oregon Davis. These parents are getting into it.
Yeah, these Oregon Davis fans. 3 ball for Davis is not going to go. But these Oregon Davis fans, they believe in their Lady Bobcats. They believe in it. Thought about the 3, not going to take it. Dribbles down the baseline. It's out of bounds. That ball goes out of bounds. And it's Oregon Davis basketball again in a tied game with 2.5 minutes to go. 14th turnover of the night.
I think it might have been 15.
For John Glenn. Yeah, it's around 14 or 15 turnovers for John Glenn. That has been the difference in this game.
Well, I mean, coaches talk about key success, and one almost always mentions limit the turnovers. I mean, it sounds cliche, but I mean, it truly is one of the most important parts of the game, you know? This is a good example of why.
Oregon Davis looking for an opportunity to take the lead here. It's a tied game, kicks it out. Thought about 3, not going to take it though. Passing along. Kick out. Looking to move it around, down low, drives low, kicks out 3 for the lead. No, not going to go. Rebounded by John Glenn. That one almost went through, though. 1:50 left to go. John Glenn stops her dribble. Moving to the top of the key now. Moving across the court. Now to the corner to Bogard. Bogard back out top to Winchell. Winchell back over to Bogard. And it's out of bounds in Oregon Davis basketball. Bogard passed it to Winchell when Winchell just wasn't looking for the pass.
Costly mistake right there. I mean, it's an experienced team. You know, you think you would have those communications issues down by now, especially into late season basketball, but it's costly right there.
Oregon Davis will call a timeout. As they call a timeout, we'll call a timeout here up in the broadcast. 1:35 left to go. Tied game 40-40. You're listening to LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today, and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Welcome back to LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation. We are witnessing one of the biggest upsets Bicounty will see tonight, or for the whole year. The scoreboard is brought to you by Cornerstone Community Fellowship, proud to support LVH1 broadcasting all year long. Cornerstone Community Fellowship. 1.5 left to go. Tied game. 40-40. Oregon Davis 24-point underdogs. They didn't care. They knew they could do it. 6 girls on the roster for Oregon Davis. One of the smallest schools in this tournament. One of the bigger underdogs coming into this tournament in the first place. They beat Argus on Tuesday night.
I mean, you mentioned the fact that John Glenn were 24-point favorites. No.
Yeah.
There's a reason basketball's played on the court, not on paper.
Yeah. And it's tipped away. Bogard, fast break, other way. Layup is missed, and a foul is called though on Oregon Davis. Bogard will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws with 59 seconds to go. It's her first foul of the night. With Trinity Vassari with the foul. Her first one is missed. Rims out for John Glenn. Oregon Davis in the bonus. Bogard. Second shot is made. Drains it home. 59 seconds to go. Oregon Davis only has about a couple possessions left. And a foul on John Glenn. And no, it's a carry on Oregon Davis. It will be Oregon Davis basketball. 14th turnover tonight for Oregon Davis. And Oregon Davis needs to call a timeout. Aubrey Lady, the head coach for Oregon Davis, needed to call a timeout. They needed to get her troops wrangled back in with 51 seconds to go. It's a 30-second timeout. We will keep it right here. Look at this setup right now. Look at the sideline for Oregon Davis. The cheerleaders for Oregon Davis are almost on the court.
Yeah.
This is how excited they are for Oregon Davis to pull off this upset. I mean, this is insane. We got the LaVille varsity team watching this game. This means a lot to both of these schools right now.
I mean, I looked to my left. I think there's more Oregon Davis fans than Glenn fans too.
That's a good possibility.
And it's getting loud in here.
It's getting loud. Oregon Davis fans making noise. Got to get the pass in. They will across the courts. You don't have to foul yet. You got 45 seconds to go. Got to get the defense set up. You're going to pass it back and forth right now. And a foul will be called on Oregon Davis. It's called on number 25, Madison Zala. It will be her second foul of the night. That's something that Oregon Davis is doing very well tonight, is staying out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
You only have 6 players on your roster. You can't be fouling a bunch. They're a very disciplined team. To the line, though, to shoot 2 for John Glenn will be Kenzie Vermiller, and missed the first one. Misses the first one. John Glenn Vermiller for the second shot. It is made. Up by 2 is John Glenn with 38 seconds to go. They can hold for the last shot. They can hold for the last shot if they want it. In the corner. Thought about 3, not going to take it. So I'm going to take it. Passing it along. 25 seconds to go. You don't need a 3, but a 3 can win it for Oregon Davis. Pass down low. And Oregon Davis will call a timeout, so they are going to take the last shot. Oregon Davis is going to take the last shot in this game. Down by 2 with 19 seconds to go.
Championship game is on the line here.
Yeah. Winner goes to the championship. It's a minute timeout. We're going to take a real quick break. This is LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation.
Hi, I'm Trip Lukemeyer, Director of the IHSAA Foundation. Each year, over 160,000 student athletes compete in high school athletics within our state, learning the value of hard work, persistence, and integrity. The IHSAA Foundation works to empower and support this next generation of leaders through scholarships, leadership development, and sharing the benefits of education-based athletics. To learn more about our mission and how you can help high school athletics make a difference,
welcome back to LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation. Oregon Davis down by 2. They're going to have the last shot. Got to pass it in, though. Pass it in. Layup is missed. Rebounded by Glenn, and it's a travel. It's a travel on John Glenn. Oregon Davis has another shot. It's the 15th turnover.
Another timeout.
It's another timeout. That's a travel.
Nate, I want to know. You ever play basketball in your driveway? You pretend you're about to take the game-winning shot. You miss it. 5 seconds get out of back on the clock. This is what it feels like. It's coming on the wire. That was a lifeline for Oregon Davis.
This is quite literally down to the wire. 42-40. Oregon Davis gets another life with that travel call. If I'm Oregon Davis, I want Oregon Macmillan taking this last shot. John Glenn has 16 turnovers in this game. Oregon Davis has 14.
Oregon Davis kind of lost the plot there second half.
Yeah, they did.
Ended the game with 5.
John Glenn changed the game plan. They changed the defense. They forced more turnovers. But, hey, if I'm Oregon Davis, I want 45 taking this last shot. I want Erin Macmillan taking this last shot. She's been the top 3-point shooter so far tonight. But that is if you want to go for the win. If you're Coach Lady, you have a chance to either tie the game tonight in overtime with a 2 or a 3 to win the game here. We'll see what happens here for Oregon Davis. Pass it out. Over. What about the 3? Not going to take it. Kicks it out. 3 for the lead. Missed. Out of bounds. Oregon Davis basketball with 4 seconds to go. Oregon Davis has 3 lives now. 4 seconds to go. 4.9 seconds to go in the game. Got to get a good pass in here. Kickball violation. It will stay Oregon Davis basketball with 4.9 seconds to go in this game. Pass it in. Kicks it down low for the tie. No. Miss. Layup is missed. No. They were a layup away.
That was
from
2 inches.
Winning the game. They had a wide open layup, and she just misses it. I believe it was Sarah Thompson with the final shot attempt. Oh, man. Heartbreaker for Oregon Davis. They had a shot to send it into overtime, and it was a good layup attempt. Just missed. Wow. What a game, though. I mean, props. A great win for John Glenn. 42-40 is your final score. But give props to Oregon Davis. They were 24-point underdogs. I mean, what a game. What a game.
I mean, I don't want to offend John Glenn there. It was an impressive win, but I'm more impressed by Oregon Davis. Yeah. Oregon Davis only predicted to score 29, ended up with 40. Yeah. 26 in the end of the first half.
Yeah.
What spread? 24 points.
Yeah.
Did not cover the spread there. They were 2 inches, if that, away from a win there. That's not something I'm disappointed by. That's something I'm proud of. And I know at this point, I watch the players and the handshakes line you see emotion come all over their faces. And it's a tough loss there, but I mean, you've got to be proud of that.
Got to be happy with what you saw out of Oregon Davis tonight. Emotional loss for Oregon Davis, but John Glenn will win, and John Glenn will move on to the championship. We'll take a real quick break. Don't go anywhere. We got Bremen and LaVille coming up in here in just about 20 minutes. Don't go anywhere. This is LVH1, the voice of Lancer Nation.